Greetings and citations, internets. This is I, Wolfphototech, and here we are with another delightful video. This is a part of a mini-series. Yes, a mini-series. In a series. That is specifically for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. This happens to be a part of the mini-series for Pathfinder Adventure Path, Kingmaker. This happens to be the companion guide for the Kingmaker Adventure Path for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Sometimes I have a difficult time for speaking, as you can tell. This MSRP is for $40, considering how thick the book is. It's a little on the thick. It's on the thin side for the price. This book contains a lot of information on your companions, in which you are going to run across. There's Chapter 1 companion information, Chapter 2 camping information, Chapter 3 is about weather, rules, and player options. You got some new feats here for your characters. There's actually a content warning here. What is the content warning? I'm going to read you the content warning. The Pathfinder Kingmaker Adventure Path, Pathfinder Kingmaker Bestiary 5e. I already did that video, by the way. Both of those. Pathfinder Kingmaker Bestiary 1st Edition. I also did that video recently. And the Pathfinder Kingmaker Companion Guide. I'm doing that right now! Contain typical Pathfinder action and adventure, player options, creatures, and more. They also include content related to child abuse, neglect, graphic depictions of torture and violence, substance abuse, and other themes that are appropriate for mature audiences. Before you run this adventure or use any of the supplementary source books, understand that the consent from everyone at the table is including the players. The Game Master is vital to be a safe, fun play experience. You should talk with your players before beginning the adventure and modify depictions of events as appropriate. Which I generally agree with. You know, if you happen to be running a adventure, it is always good, not necessarily with that adventure, by the way, it's not specifically the best option to do it in session 0, but it is a good idea early on as a game master. When you start with a group, you should have this. This might be a little bit of my session 0 or group 0 talk. I'll probably do a video on that in the future, probably before that beginning of the new year. But there should be a general set of conversations you have with each individual player by themselves that are before any games are played. That way you know if a player has a particular thing that really freaks them out really badly. So you can systematically avoid crossing that line. And you can gauge how close you can get to that line and how much you can touch the line in the conversation. But anyways, go from there. This is the Chapter 1 companion section. This just goes over what characters you're running to, meeting them, their stat blocks, personal quests that you take with those characters to gain a connection with them. You also have information like feats they have and feats they can train to teach other players and so forth. And so forth. This book is largely about gaining greater depth for each character and their adventure. But then, as I said, all these right here contain images of the characters, stat blocks, feats, and many other things for the character. See? As well as specific quests for that character to gain greater your social connection with them. But anyways, I'm going to jump all the way over here. By the way, this is actually this book is actually in collaboration with Legendary Games. But anyways, there's also Chapter 2, which is on rules about campsites. This is actually a really nice thing to add into your Pathfinder 2nd Edition game. So interestingly enough, even if you do not intend on running Pathfinder 2nd Edition brain fart. Kingmaker Adventure Path. Picking up this book is also useful as it contains rules on camping. So when you want to, say, like, have your adventurers travel far out into the wilderness, they have rules right in here how to prepare a campsite, multiple campsites, various activities the characters can do in the campsites, as well as rules that are related to it. It also ties back into the core rulebook as updates to that and other options. Various rules for hunting and gathering, discover special meals in the wilderness, organize a watch, learn from a companion, and much, much more. And then you also have various items here that your characters can make, like baked spider legs, broiled tusk water oysters, cheese cressata, first rolled mince pie, chocolate ice cream, fish on a stick, gult rag out, giant scrambled eggs with shimbolete, and many, many more food items your characters can cook up at the campsite or buy from various people, because it also includes a recipe price here as well, and a list of levels of ingredients and so forth. And then you have a special rule section on weather, such as predicting weather, preparing for weather, weather events, types of weather, and what kind of effects they have on the characters, such as supernatural storms, tornadoes, windstorms, wildfires, thunderstorms, subside, and so much more. So there you go. And then there's also, as I said, I flipped past that. There was the OGL advertisement for Pathfinder stuff, as well as an advertisement for Legendary Games stuff. Now, let's get to the important part. This book is $40. A good chunk of the information on the characters, the companions in the front, is included in the main book for Kingmaker. So you don't super need to buy this book for that. But this expands on it in more greater detail than the core book. Also, you get the nice little extra camping stuff, as well as weather rules. So $40 for weather rules and camping with expanded stuff for your companions in the Kingmaker adventure. If you have money to throw at it, I would definitely pick this up for the camping rules and the weather rules and all the items and events and hazards and all that other fun stuff, because that helps expand out your Pathfinder 2nd Edition game by a good chunk, because then you could really run adventures that go way out into the wilderness, and your characters can live and survive on the land more efficiently. And you have deeper mechanics for that kind of thing. So I would definitely go for it if you really want weather rules and camping rules. If you're running Kingmaker, you get a bunch more. You get a little more stuff in this book for running your Kingmaker campaign with the companions. So there you go. I would, due to the $40 price, I kind of am gonna like put this like around a 3.5 star. Yeah, 3 star. It's perfectly fine and functional. 3.5 is it's good stuff. There is some unique mechanics that are added on. You've got camping and you got weather. There are mechanics, so forth. So that's really nice. You get expansion to your companions' information in here for your Kingmaker adventure. So that's nice. But it's not super must-have. You could improvise camping rules and stuff like that. You can improvise weather stuff fairly easy. You're not going to have not have the easy level access to as deep of options, and there's also a bunch of other stuff. But you can also buy this on not buy this. You can also look up on Archives and Nethys and get all the rules for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So you don't really need it. So you can't quite get it past that 4-star range for this book. it's kind of in that 3.5 star territory. It's a nice thing to have. You can put it on your table. You can open it up. You have a section on weather, so if you're traveling through the wilderness with your players and they're checking the weather and you're interested in like having rainstorms and windstorms and thunder and all kinds of things going on as your characters travel through the wilderness and try to survive off the land, absolutely this is good for that. And it's nice and convenient because it's a book. You can sit on your table right next to you behind your screen, and you can have it flipped to whatever page, and you could decide what weather is going to happen, and you're good to go. And when the characters settle down for the night and they decide to start cooking and doing other activities at the campsite, then you have rules for that too. So this really does help out a lot when you want to really truly get out there in the deep wilderness to explore. So there you go. If you disagree with me, put it in the comments below. I say, yeah, it's a good buy. If you have the money to spare, you could probably get by without it perfectly just fine. Even in the Kingmaker campaign, Kingmaker Adventure Path campaign, you're perfectly fine getting along without this book. But this book adds a bunch more options and gives you weather rules, camping rules, and so forth, as well as highlights the characters' personal quests to improve their friendship and loyalty levels with the party. So there you go. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, consider sharing this to various places, and also put in a playlist for future reference. Say like my Pathfinder or 2nd edition Kingmaker Adventure Path campaign research resources, and then boom, you got it. You simply go to the playlist, go through my description, go to the link, shoot over to whatever site you either find it, get a general gist of what you want or something like that, and you're good to go. Thank you very much for watching. Have a delightful day, and last night a wonderful weekend, magnificent month. And as a reminder, Paizo will oftentimes use different art on various, they hand out preliminary artwork on various sites. So sometimes you will not see the artwork of the book, and it will not be the same on a website, but it's the same book. It's just preview art that they send out. And some companies don't change the preview art on the websites. It's that Paizo sends them for the new version. So there you go. Common problem on Amazon and various other major retailers. See you next time. Ciao.